So our first one is a huge topic. The SEC has 10 teams in the top 25 women's college basketball rankings. 10. South Carolina, Texas, Vanderbilt, LSU, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Ole Miss, University of Kentucky, Georgia, and Alabama. That is crazy, and I think they made history. Georgia was the last team to enter the top 25 after they beat number 11 Kentucky. And that win gave the conference the most teams in a single week to reach the top 25. I just feel like women's basketball is just going nuts. And when you look at all of the rankings, they're all off by like one loss or one win. It's really close. It's not even a blowout. I feel like you see that a lot in professional sports. There's a big difference between the number one team and like number 5 or number 6. But this race is close.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the women's game, like early off, they don't play. They play non-conference opponents, so they dominate a lot of them. And now that it's coming down to, getting closer to March Madness and stuff. Now they're starting to play interconference play, things like that. Now you're starting to see a lot of them face off against each other, top schools. And then I think the SEC's been one thing. I think the SEC benefited from because of expansion, like Oklahoma. Texas, let me see, Oklahoma and Texas, they weren't originally a part of the SEC, so I feel like they're benefiting off that, but regardless of the fact, just the talent pool of the SEC, that the fact that they came from another conference over here to this conference and they're still competing with what was in place says a lot.
It just shows you that they're like, SEC is deep. There's some dogs in there. They not only play fast, but they're very physical and they're a very defensive conference. And it's crazy that at least like over 170 plus WNBA players came from the SEC. So that just lets you know the talent that just comes from these different schools in this conference. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you got a gold standard over there. Don State in South Carolina. Like, outside of UConn, South Carolina is the other school. Like outside of UConn, South Carolina is that gold standard. So the SEC is striving to reach that. So when you have now you got and not only just South Carolina, you got LSU who won it within the last 5 years. Flaw J. Johnson and they're balling. Kentucky's doing a great job. Alabama, Vanderbilt and Mikayla Blakes. She's one of my favorite ones to watch. She will go get a bucket. She will go get a bucket.
Don't forget about number 2, UCLA, 19-1. They moved to number 2 after South Carolina loss.
Oh, I'm a fan of UCLA. I actually have them to win it all. Like between that loss to Texas was a little rough, but I actually got them to win it all. Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice, they got a great squad over there.
They do. They got a lot of talent, and I just wish there were just more opportunities or just more. Well, first, let me not say that because it is happening. We're getting more expansion teams for the WNBA, like Portland, Philly, and Cleveland. I think Houston is in the works again. I don't know. We'll see. So there are more teams, more opportunities because I need to see more women ball. These women in college, they balling. There's not enough spaces for them to ball, and it's like some of them just kind of fade away, and I just want to see more women here instead of having to go overseas.
That's the great way to put it. More women here, because like they're fading away. I mean, they don't really. Streaming nowadays is making them not fade away, but before streaming, it was fading away. It was hard to keep up with them going overseas, playing there. Like, I mean, you gonna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, high time, 3 o'clock in the morning, high time to watch some Chinese basketball.
Right. No, you're not.
I mean, and even with streaming, that's still hard to get up at that kind. Then not only is it hard, you got to find that the right platforms to go to. Like you got to have some sites to go to. You got to know somebody that know how to get you around a back firewall or something to get you to stream this. The best we get is the clips that come to Instagram and stuff like that for them over there. Like Natasha Howard, she's going crazy over there. Camila Cardoso, the same thing. They're going crazy over there. Kennedy Carter, going crazy over there.
She's the main
I
one. I
want to
feel
see
like
her. I
she.
want to see her back over here, man.
That's
That
what I'm
girl's stupid.
saying. I feel like after she, was released from Chicago Sky, I just feel like she faded a little bit. But like, I feel like more people are starting to talk about her now. But that's the power of social media. Like, if nobody was talking about her, or just even like one or two tweets going viral, you wouldn't know anything. I don't even know what team she plays for.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that neither personally, but I know she's over there and she's
Right.
hooping because I see it on Instagram. You see the clips.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think I paid attention to the translation of what the team name was, but she's doing great. So, and I feel like that's eventually. I feel like eventually, you put your head down, you go to work, and it'll translate to opportunity back over here.
It will. It will. And there was some controversy there, so I just feel like that's already died down. So I feel like she should have another opportunity to come back. We'll see. So the offensive leaders for women's college basketball. Number one is Audi Crooks from Iowa State. She is averaging 26.3 points. Next is Hannah Hidalgo, my favorite, from Notre Dame, 24.9 points. And then number three is Mikayla Blakes. She plays for Vanderbilt, 24.7 points.
And she will go get a bucket. She will go get a bucket, boy.
Man, like
And I
these
think she went
schools,
with like a
especially the
sophomore.
ones that are like the elite schools, like Vanderbilt, Stanford, Harvard. I feel like these girls be playing hard.
I believe Mikayla Blakes ain't nothing but a sophomore at that. Like, the girl go get a bucket. I love
It's
Audi
crazy.
Crooks. I love Audi Crooks' game, man. She's another bucket. They talk about the defense, but I mean, hey, I'm scoring. I'm giving you this and that. Hey, y'all can play some defense then. I mean, like think about some of your favorite NBA players. Like they don't play no defense. They score and they don't play defense. So you can't get mad because I feel like they pick apart women's game more because of the fact of just because of the fact of the standard like. Oh, she doesn't play defense. Okay, who's the NBA player that don't play just no type of defense? Luka Doncic. Luka don't play no defense, and y'all still love him. I mean, and he's an offensive juggernaut. That's just his role. If I can put up the point, it's a team game. If there's no I in team, but if I am putting up points, doing my part of the team thing, the rest of you can do. But I don't like that. Like when it's going good, boy, I'm the best thing ever. When it's bad, that's when y'all want to start picking apart my game.
Right. Is that nuts?
But she
Isn't
but
that
she
nuts?
takes criticism well though. I've seen a few interviews that she takes criticism well. And she's for the team, so and I
That's
feel like her
good.
game gonna translate to the next level.
I
Hannah
agree.
Hidalgo's too.
Oh, I agree. She's a star. That one right there. She kind of reminds me of, I guess, just the size. I'm thinking of Jordan Canada from Atlanta Dream. They're both small, and I feel like they both can, do
But
some little
quick.
tricks here and there and get you some buckets.
I like Olivia Miles too, man. Olivia Miles is
Oh
nice.
man, yeah, I like them together,
Yeah,
Hannah and
Olivia
Olivia.
Miles is nice. Your girl from I mean, I know this says offensive leaders and stuff, but I mean your girl from UConn, Sarah Strong. That's the name, ain't it? Sarah Strong. She's
Yep,
uh she's dynamite. Like I mean, these
dynamite.
numbers when you look at players sometimes like the numbers and stuff, like we see the numbers, but when you talk about just game, I was like, ooh, it's one out there. You be like, scared ain't normal.
Right, and she's what, a sophomore?
Yeah, like it's a lot of them sophomores out here that's really giving it what they got.
Good for her too. So when it comes to like college for women, do most of them stay in college long? Because I know for men, some of them stay in 1 year and then go to the league. But do you see a lot of
Yeah,
women?
that's a weird rule to me, but I don't. You don't. I don't. I believe that's. I believe because I believe it's a rule because I've never seen a one and done girl or one
Right.
and girl lady. I've never
Mm-hmm.
seen a one and done woman. Like you've never saw that. Men, yeah, but that's because these men was getting crazy shoe deals and stuff like that, getting drafted straight out of high school, and for the longest there was no women's league. Like it was. I feel like they came like when their league came and everything. There was a structure like, hey, all 4 years, at least 4 years of eligibility. Because I know some leave after like their red shirt junior year, I believe. So there was that, and yeah, I just believe that was an unwritten rule or a written rule. Just know that I believe it's a rule. And but I like it though because it's the mature like because to compete in W in a smaller league you would need the best of the best, the cream of the crop. You thought you can go pro 1 year. Not saying it'll never get to that standard, but to there's like what 30 teams, 28 teams in the NBA, something along those lines. There's only like what 16 in the W, something along those lines. Like not trying to like dig too deep, but just like there's only so many teams,
Right.
so you will want your more seasoned players to play. You know what I mean? Like you think you're gonna come in here one and done, and you got a lot of 4 year vets, so 4 year college vets that's coming in, and then after that they got more time from being in the league. You ain't just finna come in here and just do this. Like plus the physical maturation of the body is different than usually with men. Not trying to be sexist or anything, but seriously, like as you can see it, like a lot of these young men be these little boys be young men, but their body be men size before it gets up to them mentally.
Right.
So that's my take on it.
Yeah. I feel it's crazy. I feel like anybody should stay in college, especially with NIL. Why not get money? Because I guess the league just ain't promised. I just feel like I see more fallout in the league than in college. I don't know.
Oh, they definitely stand now for that money. They stand now.
And they should get education. Dang it, it ain't all about sports.
I mean, I guess that's a good side of NIL because, like growing up as a kid, you used to always see like you had Jabron coming straight out of high school. Carmelo possibly could have, but he chose Syracuse. Um, you had Kendrick Perkins. Like, you had a lot of kids just coming straight out of high school. And I'm not speculating on the situations, but I know a lot of them. They go pro because of they went pro because of. I mean, I come out the brick, so I come from here. Like I got to make it. Kwame Brown, like growing up as me as a kid, Kwame Brown came straight out of high school. I mean, I seen him play at Glenn Academy when I was like 8, 9 years old. 2000, I want to say was the year. He came straight out of high school, Glenn Academy. But I mean, was you really ready? Was you maturation wise, body wise? You was 6'11", 270. Maturation, was you ready? I mean, I don't know what happened. Only he knows. Like, they got stories out about what he did. What was going on in his life. He's coming out saying this one. I don't know. And I wasn't there holding the light. But what I can say is really and truthfully, are y'all really like, man? You just went from eating cereal and watching cartoons on the sofa to hang around a bunch of grown men. Are you really ready?
That's true. That is true. Are you really ready? Most of them aren't. And it's the family. It's the people that's behind them that want to make it too. And like you say, you grew up in a not so good place, so you want to make it out. So it's too much pressure. It's crazy.
If the women's pay was somewhat equivalent to the amount of time they stayed in college, I feel the league, like, cause how a lot of guys just came in and one and done came in, however it go, but they have a more they were forced to be more structured by staying 4 years or having at least 4 years of eligibility before jumping pro. And if y'all paid them, I feel like things like on right would have been happened. Things like on right would have been happened because you're forced to get your degree or you're forced to get something close to it. And now education comes into play with your physical talent. A league of their own would have been created.
Yep.
That is my opinion.
Crazy.